got it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today we got Jacksonville drill lyrics that really happened from the Hip Hop Daily YouTube channel, man. It dropped less than an hour ago, and boy, I've been waiting for them to get to Jacksonville, man. Y'all know Jacksonville red hot. The whole industry, man, the whole world's eyes is on Jacksonville, and y'all know. Listen, these boys and they lyrics is very vivid. It's very detailed in they songs, man. They name dropping, they ain't holding back. They giving out all the details, man. And ultimately, man, you got to be careful for sure, man. Because I be telling y'all, man, the feds be watching. But these niggas down there, they on a whole nother level of demon time, man. So listen, we ain't doing no more talking. We about to get into it right now, man. Let's get it.
Even though drill originated in Chicago, it's now spread all over the world. From New York to London to Jacksonville, Florida, drill has become a worldwide genre. The Jacksonville scene has exploded over the past year, mainly due to the beef between Foolio and Young and Ace.
I'll probably define Jacksonville's type of music as like stepper music. I wouldn't really say it's drill. I would define it as stepper music, honestly.
The scene has exploded over the past year, mainly due to the beef between Foolio and Young and Ace. Here's a closer look at some Jacksonville drill lyrics that actually happened. I would've got a job, but I ain't trying to go like P4K. Walk in the stock, Whopper with the chopper, featuring J. Breezy.
I think I know what he's talking about on
Whopper
this.
with the chopper is a Jacksonville
This
rapper.
was that dude that was at the Amazon applying for a job. We just did a video on that Trap Geek Dog.
Whopper featuring J. Breezy. Whopper with the chopper is a Jacksonville rapper affiliated with Young and Ace and the ATK gang. Whopper is featured on the now famous track Who I Smoke, where the gang raps about smoking on the ashes of real ops over a beat that samples 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton.
Hey, wow.
But before that song made headlines, Whopper was dissing other enemies in his own music. This bar is from a 2020 track called Walking Stock featuring J. Breezy. Whopper is referencing a member of a rival Jacksonville gang called P4K and a dead rapper named Jordan Russell, aka Jump Out Squeeze. Jump Out Squeeze was shot and killed while waiting in line to apply for a job at the Amazon Fulfillment Center on June 29th, 2020.
And it's crazy, man. All he was trying to do was get some legal money, but it goes to show, though, if you got ops in the city, man, you ain't safe nowhere. They'll pop up at your place of employment. Oh, you trying to get a job? They gonna find you. They probably low-key followed him to the fulfillment center just to do it there. They don't care where you at. And that's the scary reality of it, man. That's sad.
In line to apply for a job at the Amazon Fulfillment Center on June 29th, 2020. Witnesses said that two men popped out of a silver car and shot the rapper several times, while a third person acted as the getaway driver. Two other people standing next to him.
And that was the definition of an obvious hit, man. That wasn't even no random shit. They was planning on that. That was an obvious hit.
Times, while a third person acted as the getaway driver. Two other people standing next to him were also grazed in the shooting, but were taken to the hospital without any life-threatening injuries. No one was ever arrested for the murder of Jump Out Squeeze, but he was an alleged gang member of Jacksonville gang P4K, who are known to beef with at least two other gangs in the area, ATK and NHG. Not long before he was killed, the rapper released the tracks 23 Dead Ops and Ops Shit, where he joined.
It be them songs, man. I'm telling you, street politics have changed so much. Music has such a heavy influence when it comes down to the gang lifestyle now. Before it used to be drugs. Before the war on drugs was the biggest thing. Nowadays, it's music. You talking crazy in your music, man, you gotta be prepared, man. I'm telling you, that I don't know.
Long before he was killed, the rapper released the tracks 23 Dead Ops and Ops Shit, where he joins in on the drill trend of taking shots at rival gangs he's currently beefing with. He disses real dead ops like Quan from ATK, Young and Ace's brother, and accuses J. Breezy of NHG of snitching and switching sides on his gang.
Word.
So it makes sense that Whopper with the chopper, who's associated with ATK, would team up with J. Breezy from NBK to diss a dead op. It seems like Jump Out Squeeze may have been trying to turn his life around and land a legal job. But when you make a diss song referencing many active gang members in your city, you have to expect there are going to be some consequences at some point. If you thought that was crazy, this next Jacksonville artist rapped about a triple homicide that happened outside a sushi restaurant after a birthday dinner. Went out to eat on his birthday, both shot dead, 3 dead in the worst way. When I See You, Foolio. Foolio was another popular.
That song, boy, that video, Foolio, I don't know, man. A lot of people came at him for that song, man, but you can't be mad at Foolio because, hey, they did it. This was just his response to it, man. Both disrespectful as hell. Don't get me wrong, both disrespectful as hell. but you can't expect this man not to defend himself and his gang.
3 dead in the worst way. When I See You, Foolio.
Crazy.
Foolio was another poppin' rapper from Jacksonville who's associated with a gang called KTA, which is short for Kill Them All. KTA is known to beef with Young and Ace's clique ATK. The two groups have been going back and forth, dropping bodies and exchanging diss tracks over the past year as both rappers have went viral. In this bar, Foolio is rapping about a shooting that went down back in 2018 involving Ace, his brother, and 2 of their friends. The ATK crew was out to eat at Wasabi, a sushi restaurant on Town Center Parkway in Jacksonville. They were celebrating the birthday of Ace's brother, Trayvon Bullard, aka Quan Quan, who had just turned 18. As they were leaving the restaurant, another vehicle pulled up alongside them and started shooting. Ace was shot 8 times but survived. Everyone else in the car...
It's just the part of that situation that just get me is the fact that not only did Ace get shot 8 times but survive it, he still got the bullet in him and they arrested him after that. Like, that shit crazy, man. Like, you can't arrest this man for having a gun because clearly that man need a gun. I'll say that 1,000,001 times. That man clearly need a gun. You can't arrest him for having one.
Inside them and started shooting. Ace was shot 8 times but survived. Everyone else in the car, including Quan Quan and their 2 other friends, were killed.
It's crazy.
The shooting is rumored to be payback for the murder of Foolio's cousin, Zion Brown. Zion was killed in 2017 after someone broke into his house and shot him and his 2 sisters. The 2 girls survived, but Zion didn't, and a 19-year-old named DeAndre Thomas was later arrested for the murder. At the time of the shooting, Thomas had a warrant out for his arrest that was related to a burglary he committed with Young and Ace. The 2 men tried to rob a weed dealer, and during the break-in, shots went off. Those shots almost hit a couple and a 1-year-old baby.
Wow.
Luckily, no one was hit, but Ace spent a few months in jail while Thomas was out on the run. Zion Brown was Foolio's cousin, and the murder set off a violent war in Jacksonville that continues to this day.
Like I said in the Trap Geek reaction, man, like a lot of times when you beefing with somebody, if it ain't no blood spilled behind it, 9 times out of 10, you could squash it. This beef for people that be like, man, why can't they just come together, man? They both talented sides. They need to squash it, man. A life got taken. 3 lives got taken. Another life got taken, man. These boys ain't squashing nothing. If anything, this shit just getting started. Like, it's sad as hell, but it's the truth, though. As soon as a life get taken, man, it ain't no going back on that. It ain't.
Zion Brown was Foolio's cousin, and the murder set off a violent war in Jacksonville that continues to this day. It's not clear whether Ace had any involvement in the Zion Brown murder, but with the actual killer behind bars, the KTA crew got revenge by going after the closest thing to him, Young and Ace. In the video for this song, news coverage on the shooting can be heard playing during the intro. Foolio takes the disrespect to another level by rapping next to a printed banner with the 3 victims' faces on it that was also taken from the news coverage.
He was wild for
Plus,
that.
the video was filmed at a gravesite, which many assumed was where the 3 victims were buried. The song and video are pretty savage, but then again, so is a track that inspired the diss, Who I Smoke.
I'm saying though.
So it seems like it's an all-out war between ATK and KTA gangs.
It's like, you diss me, I'ma diss you back. You gonna diss me? Okay, then I'ma diss you back again. It's never ending. Never ending.
Who I Smoke. So it seems like it's an all-out war between ATK and KTA gangs. It's hard to squash a beef after both sides have lost so many people, and the crews they're affiliated with have gone back and forth dissing each other's dead homies. But in the world of drill, anything goes, especially in a place as wild as Duval County. But that wasn't the first time a dead op was dissing this beef. In this next bar, Ace talks about one of Foolio's closest friends who was killed before turning 18. He didn't get the chance to see 18, that nigga died a little boy. 400 shots. In this bar.
It's crazy. I think I reacted to that song, or I heard it a minute ago, but it was before I knew of any beef with ATK and KT. I didn't really know Ace had smoke like that in the city, but I was like, man, like honestly though, I think I need to go back and listen to a lot of Young and Ace's old songs that I reacted to and like read into the lyrics. Like, okay, maybe he talking about certain ones of his ops, man, because I didn't realize it until it was going down now.
Get the chance to see 18, that nigga died a little boy.
He's talking
400
about
shots. In this bar, Young and Ace is referencing Foolio's friend Bibby, who was killed at just 16 years old outside of the Hilltop Village Apartments in February 2019.
Crazy.
Adrian Garner Jr., who also went by the name Bibby Osama, was hanging out with a friend at a gazebo outside of the apartment complex when 2 men jumped out of a vehicle and started firing. The 2 boys ran in different directions, with Bibby being hunted down and then shot to death as he tried to shield himself. The friend survived, and police later recovered more than 45 shell casings from a rifle.
Damn.
Bibby was close friends with Foolio and had ties to the KTA gang. On the track Bibby's Story, Foolio details his relationship with Bibby and even drops the bar, he was 16 with a body on his belt, revealing that despite his age, Bibby was active in the streets.
He was active and he had to deal with that trauma.
An ATK member who raps under the
name.
That
was a crazy bar too, man. Like 16 with a body on his belt, man. You had, like, you gon' like what I say in the reaction, I was like, man, that shit gonna fuck with his mind. It's gonna fuck with his mind. You that young, you just did what you did. You know, you active out here like that, man. You trying to process what the fuck just happened, what the fuck you just did. That's tough.
Named K-So was later charged with Bibby's murder. K-So is associated with Youngin Ace and is rumored to be his right-hand man and main shooter. Not long after his death, Bibby ended up becoming the Tuka of Jacksonville, with K-So and other KCA-affiliated rappers dissing him on countless tracks. K-So even went as far as using
I didn't even think about it like that. That jersey, the whole thing that K-So was doing with the jersey, that is kind of treating him like, you know, how Chicago and the Tuka thing is, man. Like, you really putting that man out there on a worldwide, a nationwide stage like that. And everybody saying they doing this to Bibby, they doing that the same way they was saying about Tuka. That's crazy. I didn't even think about it like that. These niggas wild, man.
And other KCA-affiliated rappers dissing him on countless tracks. K-So even went as far as using Bibby's image on his album art for the mixtape Bibby Out, along with 5 other dead ops, including Zion Brown. The album cover ended up drawing a lot of attention from local news outlets and police. K-So was eventually charged with the murder after being arrested for the killing of another KCA affiliate named Lil Buck. Police were able to get a witness to testify who was in the vehicle with K-So on the day that he allegedly shot Bibby. It's not clear who the witness was, but it's obviously someone close to K-So. He was in the vehicle with the rapper when they allegedly committed the murder, so it can't just be an innocent bystander on the street.
What I be telling y'all, man, niggas gotta be smart about who you letting in the whip with you, man. Because niggas, they will get in that police department and get put on payroll, salary, employee of the month, parking spot up front. Man, be careful who you be having to go on these drills with y'all, man. I'm telling you, niggas is not your niggas, man.
Was in the vehicle with the rapper when they allegedly committed the murder, so it can't just be an innocent bystander on the street. One of K-So's co-defendants in the Lil Buck murder also flipped on the rapper and agreed to testify.
Wow.
So it's possible that he decided to give up information on Bibby's murder, as well as try to negotiate a deal.
Wow.
Ironically, the police claim that K-So killed Lil Buck because he dissed the rapper's older brother, Boss Goon, who had been murdered earlier that year. Yet, K-So was also the one using his dead ops on his album cover, so it seems pretty wild that he would murder someone for doing the same thing.
Man.
But then again, in the world of drill,
ain't no rules.
Anything goes.
Ain't no rules, man. That's crazy, man. Whoever snitching, boy, y'all better move out of Jacksonville. Shit, if y'all get locked up, man, listen, don't tell nobody. Better hope nobody find out, because that's tough.
One for doing the same thing. But then again, in the world of drill, anything goes. K-So was held on a $1 million bond for Lil Buck's murder, which was increased to $3 million after the witness agreed to testify in the Bibby murder. Things are not looking good for K-So, unless he can somehow pull a King Von and convince the witness to refuse to testify. The case is yet to go to trial, and more updates on this story are likely to surface later on.
Crazy.
If you thought that was crazy, this next bar is about an op who was set up, kidnapped, held for ransom, and then killed, only for his body to be discovered a year later. Corbin got kidnapped, they found his bones, he was rotten.
They said, this is that one, he said, where is Corbin? I was shocked by this story, man. They found him in the middle of a field, nothing but skeletal remains. Like some mafia shit, that's crazy.
Discovered a year later. Corbin got kidnapped, they found his bones, he was rotten. Foolio, beatbox remix. Corbin Johnson, aka Spaz Corbin, was an 18-year-old who was associated with the 1200/S4C jump out gang from East Jacksonville. Corbin was reported missing by his family on June 11, 2018. Just like Jump Out Squeeze from P4K, on the day he was last seen, Corbin was applying for a job at an Amazon warehouse. His father told police.
What is with these niggas trying to take out some, man, they just trying to earn an honest dollar. They said, oh no, you trying to get out the streets? Oh no, okay, I got something for you. Like, damn, niggas just trying to get some bread.
He was last seen, Corbin was applying for a job at an Amazon warehouse. His father told police that he picked up his son from that interview and took him to apply at a UPS store around 5 p.m., then dropped him off at his mother's house around 8 p.m. His mother says that he left the house around 9:30 p.m. and never returned. His father sent him a text the next day, yet Corbin didn't respond. The family reported him missing 48 hours later, but the police didn't have much to go off of. Exactly 1 year later, on July 11, 2019, a man clearing a field on a tractor discovered human remains wrapped in a bag.
Wow.
Police quickly determined that the bones belonged to Corbin, and his death was ruled a homicide. It's been rumored that Corbin was set up by a girl he knew and was kidnapped by a rival crew. They held him for ransom over a drug debt, and when his homies refused to pay what was owed, they killed him and disposed of his body in the woods. There wasn't much evidence to go off of after his body was discovered. It was mostly bones at that point, so no one was ever arrested for the murder.
What?
Foolio even mentioned
nobody. These niggas still out there that did that shit? Oh man. Wow, that's some hardcore shit. Like, you don't ever hear about shit like this happening in our culture at all. But this shit, this some like Mexico shit. Like, this is crazy. That's wild, man. R.I.P. to everybody, dog, because that's sad as hell.
Of his body in the woods. There wasn't much evidence to go off of after his body was discovered. It was mostly bones at that point, so no one was ever arrested for the murder. Foolio even mentioned the kidnapping on his IG Live, claiming that his worst fear was getting kidnapped and murdered. Even though Foolio was the one mentioning Corbin in his song, it doesn't seem like he had anything to do with the kidnapping. He keeps referencing to the killers as they, making it seem like he's just commentating on the situation and wasn't actually taking credit for the hit. But Foolio does seem to suggest
he ain't stupid. You know what he gonna say? Yeah, I had something to do with that. Why? So he can get picked up by JSO? I'm telling you, that nigga is not stupid, man.
It doesn't seem like he had anything to do with the kidnapping. He keeps referencing to the killers as they, making it seem like he's just commentating on the situation and wasn't actually taking credit for the hit. But Foolio does seem to suggest that Corbin and Ace were cool, which may have been a possible motive. What seems more likely is that Foolio used Corbin's murder to show how wild it can get on the streets of Duval County. But Corbin isn't the only person Foolio mentioned in that freestyle. He also dissed a witness who took a stand against two of his homies. Jamar, that's a real rat. Jamar was the name of a witness who put two of Foolio's friends, Cracker Jack and JB, behind bars.
Wow.
The case involved the murder of 22-month-old Aiden McClendon, who was accidentally killed in a drive-by shooting in 2016.
A baby, man.
Murder of 22-month-old Aiden McClendon, who was accidentally killed in a drive-by shooting in 2016. The victim was in the car with his grandmother and great-grandmother on the east side of Jacksonville when two men started firing shots from a moving vehicle. The intended target was the victim's older cousin, 19-year-old Reginald Brown, who was standing on the lawn nearby at the time. The shooters missed and hit Aiden by accident, who was brought to the hospital and pronounced dead later that day.
That's gotta be the saddest shit I ever heard, man. I can't even imagine. Like, on some real shit, I can't even imagine the pain that the mom and the grandma had to go through with this, man. That's sad.
Shooters missed and hit Aiden by accident, who was brought to the hospital and pronounced dead later that day. Jamar happened to be standing nearby and saw the whole thing go down. He took a photo of the two killers, which was eventually used to identify Henry Hayes, aka Cracker Jack, and Kwame Richardson, aka JB, who were both arrested and charged with. Jamar took the stand against the two men and testified that they were the ones who committed the shooting that killed Aiden. Both were under 18 at the time.
Jamar, he ain't no way that man still live in Jacksonville. It ain't no way. You took pictures of him and took the stand. Ain't no way that man still live in Jacksonville.
But were still sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Reginald Williams, aka Ducci, is affiliated with the 1200 gang from East Jacksonville. According to unconfirmed internet gossip, the shooting was retaliation after Ducci tried to shoot at Cracker and accidentally hit his girlfriend's 3-year-old daughter. Cracker and JB,
man, kids just being caught in the crossfire, man, that shit ain't cool.
Tried to get revenge on Ducci and ended up hitting his innocent cousin instead. This case shows how out of control the bloodshed in Jacksonville has gotten. When innocent children start catching strays, it means the violence has reached a point of no return. But when you live that kind of lifestyle, you don't just put yourself in danger, you risk the safety of everyone around you. Cracker Jack and JB were friends of Foolio, which is why he disses Jamar on the track. It doesn't seem like Jamar was involved in the streets and just happened to be a witness who saw the whole thing go down. But in a city as wild as Jacksonville, it doesn't really matter. Taking a stand against dudes like that will lead to serious problems, even if you weren't affiliated. So hopefully, Jamar got out of the city after that to protect his own safety. Just like the war in Chicago, it seems like the violence in Jacksonville.
So they ain't got no update on Jamar and where he's at, his whereabouts, is he good? So if he wasn't affiliated, he took the stand. Like he said though, when you in the streets like that, even if you ain't even a part of it, even if you testifying, man, listen, it's gonna come with some shit, man. He probably went low, changed his identity and everything.
Protect his own safety. Just like the war in Chicago,
they even got the man on camera, on stand, on camera.
Jamar got out of the city after that to protect his own safety. Just like the war in Chicago, it seems like the violence in Jacksonville won't end until all the major rappers either move out of the city to focus on music or end up dead or in jail. Hopefully, some of these artists can take a lesson from Chief Keef and move to the suburbs to play Call of Duty and ride ATVs. But with so much drama going on in the city, it's hard to see an end in sight.
Man, get up out of there.
If you like this video, check out some of our previous videos. From rappers getting robbed to rappers that...
I'm saying just move up out of Jacksonville. And I'm not saying move to another city. I'm not saying move to Tampa or Miami. No, get up out of Florida, man. Move to LA, move to Arizona, Oregon or something, man. Get far away from all that shit, man. Y'all boys got money now. You ain't I understand, you know, like this is the life that you signed up for, man. But listen, you gotta think about your future. Think about the kids, think about everybody that's gonna be affected if something were to happen to you, man. These lyrics is crazy. Jacksonville drill, aka Big Stepper music, lyrics that really happened. Link down below in the description. Y'all want to check it out in its entirety uninterrupted. If y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me, want daily reaction videos, hit that subscribe button for me. Until the next video, I'll see y'all then. Thank you for watching Maniaci TV. I'm out.
I ain't gotta do too much. I swear that these niggas, they be doing too much. I ain't gotta